Hello guys, and welcome back to Madden 25 Super Bowl series here on franchise mode. We're coming off of year number 1 Super Bowl. It was a really good one. The New England Patriots versus the Green Bay Packers. Tom Brady has decided, big news, Tom Brady, he decides to call it quits. He rides off into the sunset with another Lombardi trophy. So does Adrian Wilson and a lot of other people. As you guys can see, we are going to take a look at, those people who have retired and are no longer in the league. Now, some big moves, as you guys can see, as well. Now, here's the list of everybody who has retired from the league. There's some big names, man. Ed Reed being one of them, finishing in New York with the New York Jets. He has called it quits. It's Michael Vick. So many people we didn't actually, unfortunately, get to see in the Super Bowl. Carson Palmer. A lot. There's a lot. Michael Turner. And then there's two coaches, Mike Shanahan and all them. Now, Tony Gonzalez also later would retire. And it wouldn't stop there. Obviously, the Redskins have a new head coach now. In his first ever year at coaching, as Mike Shanahan has called it quits. Reggie Wayne has called it quits. Like I said, Tom Brady walks away after, winning a Super Bowl. Brian Orakpo has been moved to right end to better fit Washington. So a lot of changes happening in Washington with their new head coach. Here's the people who are going to be available in the free agency. And look at this. Here we are, the NFL draft. Willie Duckett is picked number 1. The New York Giants pulling the plug on Eli Manning, I guess. I don't know. But you see it right there. We're only going to take a look at the top 5 picks every year. That's just the way I want to do it to keep it moving. Barry Chapman, another quarterback, goes to Oakland this time. Wow, okay. And then wide receiver Tavares at Baltimore went to Arizona. Now, so there, Willie Duckett, an 85 overall rookie quarterback. Wow. Dominating. He's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to see that man on the field. Remember the name Willie Duckett. He's probably going to be very, very good. Nick Richard, right there, 74 overall quarterback. The New England Patriots, that's the replacement for Tom Brady maybe. I don't know. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and sim year number 2. And you guys see it right there. The Miami Dolphins clinched the wild card. Now, are they going to be a Super Bowl chance team? I doubt it with a lot of talent. As you guys can see, Matthew Stafford wins the NFL MVP. Pete Carroll wins Head Coach of the Year. John Fox has been fired. Jimmy Johnson has decided to retire from the NFL after a long career. Luke Kuechly there. Brian Cushing. Marshawn Lynch. A lot of these big guys, AFC. You guys, if you want to read it, you can slow it down or whatever. The Super Bowl is in the sights as the RG3 and the Redskins face the Eagles here in Wild Card Week. A lot going on as Calvin Johnson Jr. has just set a record. 1,982 yards receiving in 1 year. In a season's time. And that is a record. And he is a beast. Don't know how much longer he'll play, but he's out there doing it. Aaron Rodgers. Here's your top quarterbacks of year number 2. Not too bad. Not too bad of stats here. I mean, the quarterback numbers definitely aren't as good as they are now in newer Maddens. I mean, you see Andre Luck did horrible, but there's Marshawn Lynch killing it. So what happened to what happened to Maurice Jones, or no, what's his name? Dude who just set the record, had a 2,000 yard rushing. I don't know. He was nowhere to be found. But here's the receivers. And then obviously defense. Luke Kuechly up there. And look at that, Brian Orakpo with 19 sacks. He leads the league in sacks with 19. That's awesome. Oh, Charles Tillman. Who remembers that guy? He was a beast. He's in his 13th season right now, and he is tied for the most. So there it is. Calvin Johnson Jr. beat his own record. I know it says Calvin Johnson, but that is Calvin Johnson Jr. They just forgot to put the junior, I guess. So he just basically beat his own record. And one thing I forgot to do in Season 1 was show you guys the standings. So we're going to do that from now on. As you see, the Seattle Seahawks went 15-1. They only lost one game, so watch out for them. They look very, very good. Houston, oh, wow. Houston just dominated Miami. Washington just over the Eagles, barely. Close game there, and Saints beat the 49ers. So moving on to the divisional round. We have some good matchups, without a doubt. And Seattle, yep, they're continuing where they left off, man. Now dominating 16-1 is their record, including the postseason. Wow. I mean, that's insane. 51 points they put up. So it will be in the AFC Championship, the Bengals versus Bills. And, well, Seahawks versus Washington. As you see, a huge upset. Washington beating Seattle. And Buffalo just runs all over the Bengals. And guess what we got? We have a classic Super Bowl here. The Bills versus the Redskins. That's kind of weird for nowadays, but back in the day, that was two teams that were really dominating before probably anybody who's watching was even alive. Back in the 80s, 70s, I think it was the 80s. Is when those two teams were really dominating. Well, guess what? They're back in the Super Bowl, and here's what they're looking like. Big question, I guess, going into this is RG3 going to start, or is it going to be the rookie quarterback that's going to start? I don't know. But yeah, not too sure what I'm doing here looking at other teams. I forget. I think I was looking for a rookie. Let's look at Ryan Fitzpatrick without his beard. It looks so weird. But yeah, you guys let me know, who do you have winning this Super Bowl? Washington or the Buffalo Bills? If you don't know, man, the Buffalo Bills' history in the Super Bowl is probably the worst history out of any team in the league. It's embarrassing almost. They went 4 years back in a row and lost every game. But yeah, so I think looking at these rosters, which we're going to dive into here in a minute, I'm just kind of looking here at every quarterback, seeing if, a rookie even got to start. As you notice there, the Giants, they picked a quarterback at number 1 overall pick, and they didn't even start him. So that's just Madden's logic there, not making too much sense. But looking at the Buffalo Bills roster, E.J. Emanuel probably played one of these top 5, top 6 performances for this year's at quarterback. So I think he's going to be a big threat. Obviously, C.J. Spiller is a veteran. Going to have to watch out for him. And the rookie James Evans. I don't know how many carries you give him in the Super Bowl, but I'm sure he will get his touches. And obviously, this is where they really get scary. Marquise Goodwin, Stevie Johnson, and Devin Hester. One of the best wide receiver threats in the league right now. So I think that's what Washington's going to really struggle with. As far as getting to the quarterback, man, they have plenty of guys that can do it on this side of the ball. So many talented players getting. That's the thing with the Bills. They have one of the worst defenses, though. They had one of the worst defenses this year. The only thing that they did right was getting to the quarterback. So we'll see if that plays a factor in this game. As far as Washington goes, we see what they can do. It's honestly, they are the underdogs in my opinion. They don't have as many flashy names, or on paper they don't look as good as far as stats go. They do have Jordan Reed, the young tight end, who looks like he's going to have a phenomenal career. You see right there, Brian Arakipo has 19 sacks. He led the league in sacks, but he's the star of this defense, and that's it. They're going to need somebody to step up. You've seen Spike led this team in tackles. He is not going to be playing the Super Bowl. He is hurt. Now you do see Rashad Jones right there, and that's one thing that's kind of crazy because this is his first year with the Washington Redskins. He was with Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins couldn't sign him to a new contract, and he opted to leave. And now Rashad Jones is playing in the Super Bowl for the Washington Redskins. But that's going to be in next episode. You guys let me know what you think of these rosters. Who do you think is going to win year number 2 Super Bowl of our Madden 25 Super Bowl series? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, I'll see you on the next one.